Alright guys, welcome to the desert in a local galaxy, not in a galaxy far, far away. But welcome, one and all. This is the workshop that I've set up to hopefully complete the Millennium Falcon this time. As you see, I bought some 3D printers, or a 3D printer and a wash station. I've been playing with that a little bit. I started building just a little bit just to give myself an idea of what I was getting into. But that's about as far as I got. I did get some supplies and things. I have been practicing painting a little bit just to see, you know, if my skills are still up there. I haven't built a model in probably 30 years or so. Here, let me get this back up here. So I have been, like I said, I have been practicing painting a little bit. I haven't done any modeling in about 30 years. So I figured I'd give it a shot again. So what I'd like to do today, since this is going to be the first video, is also kind of go through all the stuff that I have accumulated for this build. All right, so this is just all the kit parts, at least other than what I've already used for the frame and the bottom of the hull. This is all the other stuff that I bought. I got my binders organized. There's the bottom hull up there. Oh, sorry, the top, and the spray booth I made. Which works pretty good. It attaches to my vent system here. There's some PC fans in there, which work. It's just enough to get some of the smell out. Done some priming. These are some extra corridors that I 3D printed. Not this one. So again, these are just test pieces, part of the kit. More part of the kit stuff. So again, these have all just been painted. This is extra. This is for the cockpit section over here. I wanted to have, I'm going to do everything I possibly can, other than break the bank, to make this the best possible Millennium Falcon I can build. There's some amazing builds out there. I'm by no means any expert on anything. This is just for me. It's just for fun. So I do have some of the original pieces here still too that I'm not going to be using. For example, this hold wall. I bought new pieces for that, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. But I might use these if I'm going to expand anything, do any other rooms on the ship. I figure I could use some of these. Got the quarter rounds, extra pieces. These are mostly for that, and I got some extra pieces for the movable ramp that I ordered as well. Here's another interior wall with the weird door for the utility room that again we're not going to use. All right, so again, these are just some pieces that I painted already, just primed them. Nothing really exciting. I'll take this for now. I'm going to show you guys as I'm going along. I want to show you what my plans are, kind of roughly. So the main hold should be about right there somewhere ish. Like I said, I did buy this extra piece to go in here for the cockpit. Again, guys, this is the first video. I'm learning as well. If you have any suggestions, I'll take them. Any criticism, knock yourself out, go for it. I do have another GoPro as well and another camera, so we could expand and do more things later, but as of right now, I'm just starting with just this one. Anyhow, that's laid out there. For the internals, this goes roughly there. This is for that. Actually, I'm going to leave these out for just a second. All right, and then this is the little mini corridor that comes off here, which I dislike because the best thing to do is to put a mirror at the end of it so you don't see, or make a new one. I don't like the mirror idea. One of the reasons why I've been playing with making corridors. Because what I would like to do is have this go the full 90 degrees to this entryway here. This is where I'm going to have the shaft or the rod come in from the movable arm to support the whole model, coming in from the side. So I'd like to have this corridor go over as basically up to the rod, so I don't have to put a mirror in there, and you can't see through it anyway. I would also like to try, since I did get the movable ramp, which I'll show you in just a moment. I would like to see if I can have this corridor from here that you can view from the underside go further in, and then have this corridor also extend past the ramp so that if you look down it, you won't be able to see the end as well. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if the height will allow it, but in my head, I would like to give it a shot. So that's what I'm going to try. Okay, let's see, back to these. This is for the ramp, the more accurate ramp that I got from Adrian Dinka in Holland. This is as far as I could do. Again, I was waiting for boxes 15 and 16. Box 15, of course, had the electronics in it. They say don't hook up anything until you get their electronics for fear of breaking anything. So basically, this is where I stopped. So anyway, this is going to go in there. This is for moon. But as I said, the ramp, if you have it accurate from below, doesn't line up with the corridor coming off the main hold. So I'm going to see if I can finagle some way to have two corridors and fool the eye, possibly. Anyhow, so these are all the parts for the ramp. Here's the actual floor that I'm going to be using for the hold. Also, I think I purchased everything from Shapeways. The grate to go on here. All right, and then in here we've got, okay, this is the top or the back upper part of the cockpit. I have no idea why it's so sparkly. The primer I used was this from Vallejo. I did mix the gray and the black together to make myself a slightly darker gray. This was painted about a year ago, and it's all sparkly. One thing I learned that I didn't realize when I first started was that 3D printed parts are very fragile. And case in point is the console that I bought. I already broke off all the levers, one of these levers over here. So I actually ordered a new one. I also destroyed it trying to punch out the holes. What I have learned is that rather than trying to drill them out, which of course I don't have a drill small enough, is to use some guitar strings. I do play guitar a little bit, well, I think I play guitar a little bit. In my head, in my mind I play. So I've been using these, and these work a lot better because I can get them very thin, 0.09, I believe 0.08. So those work really well for pushing out the any leftover paint or anything that gets stuck in the holes. All right, so again, this is going to be my practice piece because it has been broken many times. So then let's see here what we got. This is, okay, the bunk for the main hold. I tried to mask off the lights. I don't know if it's that visible or not, but I hope you can see it. So I got that one. Okay, these are the two holds, maintenance holds underneath the main hold. They've just been primed. I did try to add some stuff inside to make it look like I think it would look. So yeah, that's just my idea, but they do have to again be painted. The main hold wall, which looks gorgeous with all the detail on it. They are very fragile. I have broken that loop off a couple times already. It's been glued on several times already, so again, I'm trying to be more careful. I did not realize that, again, 3D printed objects were that fragile. I am learning, so knowing this is, I also got the door to the utility room, main hold, for more details. Oh yeah, these are the parts for the utility room. Okay, and the sides of the cockpit. Yeah, this is part of the utility room, which should go like, oops, like that. So that should go here, ish. Again, I don't like this little one, so we're gonna do probably I'm just gonna use this for an extension for now, but let's just say. So that'll be a full 90 degrees from there. And again, this one I want to come around as well, so let's just use this one for now. Yeah, something like that. What do we have here? Let's see, the next we have, okay, more for the main hold. Lots of detail. Looks really nice. I have punched out some holes already for LEDs, or not LEDs, for fiber. So I'm going to do as much as possible. Okay, these are just pipes for the main hold. See, very small things. There. Okay, so part of the main hold. Oops. Back wall. Nice, lots of holes for fiber. I don't know if it shows up on the camera. Couch for the hold. More walkways. Because again, I want to extend basically everything to the edge of possible to make it so I don't want to hide anything basically. Cockpit floor. Corridor. That's the wall by the nav console, I believe, in the main hold. And I got the nav console. There's like, I don't know, 4,000 holes in it for fibers. I don't know, I can't remember exactly how many, but a lot. So that's kind of one reason why I bought these aftermarket parts. And then this is one of the pipes. Okay, this is stuff I've been working on as well. Again, these are the ones that just came with the kit. I did glue them together and just prime them. I did buy some extra ones because again, I do want to extend the corridors, but yeah, so that's what those are. It's just that. And then again, also I just primed some of the panels for the corridors. This is the new one. I have not gone through this one yet. And here I have, I don't know what it is. Let's see. Oh, this is, I believe, no, maybe the interlock for the ramp? No, I can't remember. Oh, maybe that's where the sparkles come from. 3D printed objects, do they start sparkling after a year? Just a different panel for, it's a different section here for the ramp going up to the corridor that leads to the cockpit. Cool, so that's gonna be nice. Just a detail part. Again, by the, on this side this time, of the ramp that leads to the corridor that goes to the cockpit. Okay, so these are, yeah, these are the side panels with removable, I don't know if you can see in there. Can you see there's a hole? I'm not going to pop them loose right now, but this is so that I can have a rod come in from the side and go into here and support the weight of the model. So I thought that was a good idea. Yeah, plus with the arm on the side, it would allow for the model to be moved up and down as well. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, I also got, yep, the cockpit. I got it in the cheapest possible version because I think the full super detailed, no sanding required version is like $175, which I thought was a little bit costly. Then these, oh yeah, these are going to be nice. These are gunner sports. So those should be pretty cool. So with the detailed chair. Looks nice. Love this little sparkly. My daughter would like it. Oh yeah, sorry, I was right. So this is, yeah, this is part of the interlock for the ramp. That other one was in a separate package. Yeah, this one right here. So let's go for the ramp. This is for the corridor that leads to the gunner's turret, I believe. I don't know, something like, it says bottom, because of course the turret, of course, is supposed to be in the middle, but in the movie, and of course, nothing lines up. But so I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. I know that there's different versions available. There's some that are more accurate as they go towards the middle, and they don't go anywhere. And then I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I think this is part of, yeah, the walkway, and of course, if I would have rolled it up the other way, the bubbles would be in the inside, it would slide a lot easier. Oh, and there's the ladder. Cool. This looks like a door. It is. It's not a door for the utility room, because that one I have already, so it must be for, I don't know, maybe the cockpit? Headlights. For the hallway that leads to the turret, I believe. Okay, these are struts for the ramp, I believe, and I hope they work with my other ramp. But anyhow, so we'll see. I hope so. All right, that's another part of the walkway to the turrets. Just the other part was, it said bottom on it, so I'm assuming this one probably says top. Would make sense. I hope I didn't buy two bottoms. I believe these are panels for the corridors, because I'm extending the corridors, so I need extra panels. So that's those. And I don't know exactly how many I'll need, so I think I just ordered a few to get started. Don't even ask, please don't ask how much I've spent on parts and stuff after the cost of the kit. I don't even want to know. And then I bought some extra corridor rings. So we'll see how they compare to the stock ones once they've been painted and stuff. And then the nicest ones I'll put where they are visible. And then the not so nice ones can go further back in these corridors where they may or may not be visible, but the detail won't be as important. At least that's the plan. So yes, all this is the plan. This is what I've been thinking of doing. This box is some of the extra stuff that I've got poured already. These of course come with the kit. I bought some styrene for building extra stuff. Fiber, oops, these come with the kit. 0.75 millimeter fiber. LED ribbon light. I think, I can't remember what I was planning on using this for, maybe for the underlighting in the corridor spot. I can't remember. Or maybe I'm going to cut them off. I can't remember what I'm going to do with them. 0.5 millimeter. 0.25 millimeter. Okay, red blinking lights. Okay, these are just wired LEDs. They're tiny. They look awesome. I'm excited. Look so tiny. Yeah. So cool. So in here I've got a broken pen. Oh, you know what this is? This is all the pictures for the detail of the outside, the pictures of the actual filming manager. Lead wire for fly tying, but it's great for using for other stuff. Oops, that's probably not smart. Magnets. I should probably put this over here. Mini drills, and then also I got some of this nail effect design stuff. I figured I would use bits and pieces of it around the ship, maybe on the monitors or anything, to make it look kind of cool. And then my daughter will do that with her nails. Same things, blue blinking lights, white blinking lights. If you notice in the Star Wars trilogy that the lights in all the ships are only red, white, and blue. I just noticed that. And later on they add more colors, but I thought it was really interesting that everything was red, white, and blue. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I also got, just a pack of assorted colors, which, again, going off the statement that I just said, if that is indeed correct, and I will double check before, of course, I start putting things together, then I will only need the red, white, and blue ones. PCBs, extensions, thick fiber optic, more ribbon lights, yeah. White. Oh, these are ones of little things, okay. These are the ones I'm going to use for all the marker lights around the ship. So here's my plans. Again, I would like to do whatever it is I can possibly do to make this model the best possible model there is. For me. I'm not a professional model builder. I never claimed to be. I want to do this. Here's the real reason. The reason I want to do it is because I want to have a nice Millennium Falcon. Back in 2007, 2008, I bought the original Lego Millennium Falcon, 5,500 pieces. Loved it. Built it 3 times. In 2011, 12, somewhere around there, I ended up selling it because I was getting divorced again, and I sold it for. I bought it originally for $499. In 2007 or 2008. I sold it, even this had been open, I built it 3 times. All the parts were there, of course. Everything was still in good shape. I sold it for $1,200. At the time, I looked up what a new in the box Millennium Falcon original edition Lego would cost, and that was about $4,500 at the time. So it would have been a good return on investment. I did at one point think about buying 2 of them. But again, spending $500 on a toy is one thing. Spending $1,000 on a toy, or 2 toys, was a little bit more, and especially my daughter was very young then, so I didn't know what I was going. But anyhow, got rid of that. Wanted to build one again, then discovered that DeAgostini made this one, and I'm like, okay, I don't need the Lego one anymore. Let's do this, and let's make it right. Let's make it the way that I want to see it. So anyhow, so that's the plan. So like I said, I've got the ramp with the more accurate corridor, and I want to see if I can extend that underneath this. Since the floor is slightly higher, I figured maybe, if need be, I can cut off slightly bit of this. I would like to see if I can have, so when you're looking from the bottom, that you can actually see down the corridor both ways, because they don't line up. This corridor is going to be much lower than this one. So I'll see if I can make it work. If I can, cool. If not, I'll figure something else out. I do want to extend this passageway as well, so that it doesn't end like right here. I want it to go so that you actually cannot see. I don't want to put a mirror at the end of it to try to hide it. Same thing over here. I'm going to make this 90 degrees. I'm going to have the shaft come in here to support it from an articulating arm. Probably some kind of computer monitor stand, something that can support this kind of weight. But I want to have the rod come in this way, so that way it can be moved. It could sit down, but it could also be lifting off, etc. I think that one might be fun to do. And plus, if it's going in the side, it's not going to be too intrusive. It won't be covering anything up like the mount would be at the bottom. I am thinking about possibly doing the holds up here. I would definitely like to do one more here in front, because that's where the elevator is for getting in and out, etc. And I know they don't show it in the movies, but you need someplace. And this is, of course, where the escape pod was in Solo, so there is a way to get in here. Anyhow, so hold here, the big hold here. I might do all three, I might do only one, I don't know. I would like to do basically this whole section, because here's the cockpit, of course. So this is basically everything you're gonna pay attention to on the ship, the cool stuff. So I would like to do this whole area as detailed as possible. Again, that's the plan. We'll see what happens. I love Formula One racing. They always say, plan the race and then race the plan. Well, this is my plan. I planned it for a few years, and then 14, 15, 16 months ago, bit the bullet, started buying the issues, and now we'll see where we go. Again, any suggestions, any comments, knock yourself out. If it makes you happy to leave bad comments, go for it. If it makes you happier to leave good comments, I would very much appreciate it, because they're definitely more constructive. But either way, I'll take it. Thanks so much for your time, guys. Take care.